What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. This video is going to be a double short video with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I felt like this was very much a slow week for the franchises, so let's just get started. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the back.
All right, starting off with Beverly Hills, right? So Alicia's coming out with her Rosé line, and for what it seems like, she's reaching out to all the women, and everybody's really excited for it. A couple girls got COVID, or they've been like, I want to say like they've been exposed to COVID, so they have to like they're just going through the normal thing. She's reaching out to everybody, but I want to point out like with Sutton. So Sutton's hanging out with her kids, and they're basically talking about her son jumping out of airplanes, and like they're topping off like with the life goals, like how her son wants to go to the army, her daughter wants to go to like the college, and she was like, well, you know, he wants to go to the army, but let's do this. So she sent him to Georgia for like a couple months or whatever for the summer, and he got a job, and then working 5:30 in the morning delivering like vending stuff. So I think after that situation when she picked him up, he was like, yeah, I want to go to college. They met in the middle because he's going to like a military college, so I mean, hey, they both win. And I love their dynamic just because I feel like it's the same dynamic with like my dad. My dad, even though he had his woes and his cons, he definitely had pros. I feel like my dad was very much, he pushed us in the right direction that we wanted to go into. I feel like he gave us structure, and he was like, if you want to do something, put 100% into it and don't just half-ass it. Make sure that's something you really want to do. And I will always respect that from my dad. Let's go to Garcelle. So Garcelle has her book coming out, and I mean, we all love Garcelle. I feel like Garcelle is like my favorite. I love everything about Garcelle. I ordered her book, so it should be coming soon. And she's basically recording her audiobook. And I thought it was interesting because she goes to lunch and sits down with Dorit, and this is the first time this season.
Oh, I saw Erica last night, and she totally said, I'm not allowed to drink when I'm on these meds.
Did you feel concerned?
She sits down with her alone. We all know last year how they had that big blow up where Dorit accused her for being a bully, saying that you're not saying stuff, you're being passive aggressive. But when I wouldn't even say she was being aggressive, Garcelle was straightforward, saying that this is what I don't like, and you do this, and you need to stop because you're not telling the whole truth. They were all trying to throw Sutton under the bus last year with the whole Erica situation, and the only two that was asking the questions were Garcelle and Sutton. But everybody else knew the information. When they were like, oh, did y'all hear about the articles about Erica? Dorit was, I read it 5 times. Yeah. You remember diametrical opposite? Like I'm happy that Garcelle was the only one that had her foot on Dorit's neck, holding her accountable. But that was last year, and they're in a good spot. So they talk about how Erica has like her little drinking problem, and how she fell. And you know, Dorit, she always gonna give you a good, like, girl, dramatic. But yeah, they basically talk about Erica, how she's over here drinking on top of taking pills, and she identifies that she shouldn't do that. Later in the episode, they do like the wine tasting at Lisa's house. I don't know if she took her pills, but because she sure enough was drinking. And we're going to get to the whole Sutton versus Lisa situation. They go to the house. Everything was normal. I felt like Cherie was putting 20 on 10, talking about how Lisa, you're so nurturing. You're so nurturing. I'm like, Cherie, don't fall into the mix. Don't fall into that. Just keep it straight. I love Cherie up until I still love Cherie, right? I just feel like that I'm like, girl, come on. Sutton was right there with me, and she was just like, girl, calm it down, because you know she cool, but like, calm it down. Garcelle pulls Erica aside and just like, hey, you know, your comment about Sutton really threw me off, just for the simple fact that you said that she's a liability. I wanted Garcelle to be like, okay, you said that she's a liability, but you are too. Like, everything you did up until now has been a liability. Me hanging around you is a liability because you have a whole lawsuit. You're being sued for $50 million over craziness. And then we already know that this is really like the down. I feel like it's just going to go down for their friendship. But they all sit back down talking, like They get into the whole situation again because Lisa and Sutton went out to lunch and they talked about that they buried a hatchet. They're over it. She just like picking on Sutton, I guess. So they try to bury the hatches, but Lisa brings it up again.
I was
Did I say I
angry
was
with
sorry
you.
for
Yes,
it?
you did.
Okay, so I'm sorry for it, but it happened, and I feel
Yeah.
it. And the truth is that
And like, well, you know, you haven't been the nicest to me. You haven't did this.
You talk out of both sides of your mouth. No,
and
I
you know
don't.
what? You. Get out of my house. If you're going to talk like this, you should leave.
If you talk about me,
Cover my husband and kids. I will hunt you down.
right? And I'm like, girl, it is not giving all that. She thought that she was gonna have a moment. It ain't even put it in the trailer. So I'm like, girl, you look crazy. I feel like Lisa is grasping for straws because she want to keep that diamond. And I do think that after this season, they should demote Lisa to a friend. I wouldn't say get rid of Lisa, but I'll say just demote her to a friend and see how she'll work her way back to being a full-time. Because right now, it's not really given. I thought it was crazy when she told Sutton to get out her house. I'm like, it's not. It's just crazy. But that was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. That is it. Like, comment, subscribe. I gotta go to work. I'll see you guys later. Peace.